In the class, we talk on the ways to identify roles and interests of stakeholders. And I introduced very easy tool for us to adopt when you identify the relationship between interests versus influence of the stakeholder in your project. And once we have a stakeholder's power and interest determined, then we can plot the two factors together on a simple 2x2 grid as I illustrate in the class, with interests spanning left to right and influence rising bottom on top. Plotting a stakeholder's influence and interests in this manner will help focus our intention and interaction with them in an appropriate manner. Okay, just have a look at this grid, which will be quite useful for you. In this grid, the low power, low interest. Stakeholder with both low power and interest shouldn't be ignored, even though they are not as strong as you expect. But you also should not spend inordinate amount of time and resources communicating with them. Often simply periodically monitoring them is sufficient. For example, primarily to ensure that neither their power nor interest level have materially changed. Example of this stakeholder include member of the general public who often aren't even initially aware of the project. Low power, high interest. Because of their relatively low influenceability, these stakeholders can do little harm to your project or organization, but still are interested in the progress of the project or ultimate result of the work your team is performing. So typically, just keeping them informed and updated on the project should be sufficient. Ensuring they have access to public page of your website and then updating the page regularly is enough interaction, in my opinion. And you can also periodically use some form of communication, such as newsletter or press release to communicate with this group of stakeholder. For example, if you work with community groups, they might be able to engage with you at this level. High power, low interest. This group is very interesting because they reside in the upper left hand corner of the grid, and your project strive to keep satisfied because they have power over your project, which could be regulation, finance, or power over norms in doing business. Okay, you must ensure their needs are fulfilled by your work. Example of this type of stakeholder include such entity as regulated building plan departments that have to issue construction permission to work or to perform. Okay, they might not be as interested in the project, but they have to be able to work with the team. High power, high interest. This is the most important. The stakeholder in the upper right corner on the grid, those that you must not only keep satisfied, but also actively engage with them on different arena, including consultation. These are the big dog stakeholder that can and will influence over your project on a regular basis. So you have to keep them in mind. This group can include something like funding agency, upper management, or your customers. And I hope you find this tool is useful for the analysis of your stakeholder. We see you in the next clip. Thank you very much.